Previously on 2 Past Midnight.
I don't know how to ask this in a sensitive way, but was he there?
Peterson, this is Corporal Clark looking for Keanu Peterson. Over.
One of the last things Clark said to me before we ended up in the city was that he thought he heard my boy's voice on the radio.
Peterson, this is Corporal Clark. Come in, over.
I don't know if it was his voice or just somebody saying the name Peterson. But it cut out, and that's when the shells started raining down.
Peterson, come in, over.
We open on a tank, the M1A1, parked in the middle of a grove of trees. It looks like it's trying to conceal itself. But we can see a set of longhorns fashioned to the front of it. As we get closer and closer to the tank, we can hear a radio call coming in. It's kind of garbled, kind of staticky, keeps cutting in and out. But we hear...
Peterson, come in, over.
This is Private First Class Peterson. Is anybody reading this? Anybody?
It goes static. We see 4 men sitting around on the inside of a tank. They look battle-weary, tired. We see Keanu Peterson. You guys know that you were supposed to go to Parju. You're about 40 kilometers away from there. I'm not going to give a specific direction or hex because fuck you guys and your metagaming. But you know you're about 40 kilometers from there. You must have been able to bounce off of some relay station somewhere. The only reason why you think you might have gotten a signal, but you had heard calls out from 2nd Armored Division during the bombardment. But you guys hadn't been able to make it there in time while they were taking incoming artillery. What do you guys want to do?
Did that guy say Clark? Was that from... Do we know Clark? Or you think they're mad at us? Oh, man. They're looking for us.
No, they ain't gonna be mad at us there, Sergeant Anderson.
Why else would they be looking for us? Or looking for...
Well, they're looking for us because we're lost. That's why. They're trying to call in our location. Now, we got to link up with the rest of that unit so we can get through. But the problem is we don't know how many of them left.
Well, at least one.
Yeah, Corporal Clark, if I remember right, he was with headquarters. He's the armorer, wasn't he?
Corporal Clark was the
I don't
armor.
remember no Clark.
All right. Well, I knew he was with headquarters, so somebody with them is trying to track us down. And Private Peterson, see if you can raise them on the horn some more. You call out on the radio till they call back. All right.
Yes, sir.
Sir, remember that Corporal Clark? That was the guy that helped us dial in our weapons after we had issues with him.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, we had that sight alignment problem. Yeah, you're right.
Oh, okay.
GM, how long have they been out? Or, like, you said weary, so they're quote-unquote resting this shift, or what?
Probably. They're probably resting this shift. But I mean, like, they've been traveling. They've been, like, you know, on the run. They've been in fights. They've seen some shit over the last, like, couple weeks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A few days ago, they probably weren't the only tank. You know what I mean? Like, that was with them.
All right. Sergeant Anderson, I want a full rundown of our food rations and water rations. Specialist Butler, Check our fuel, double check our reserves, see if we got anything left in the tank, and see how far we can get. And double check that ammo there, Sergeant Anderson. Peterson, you keep calling out on the radio till you get something back. Lieutenant Kim's gonna open up the hatch and he's gonna stick his head out and kind of take a look around. He's gonna assess the outside of the tank while they're doing an gear inventory.
Yeah, I mean, it's dinged up, scratched, dented. You know, it's seen some shit, you know, but it seems like she's holding together, you know.
Sergeant Anderson, how we doing on them, on that inventory, on the food and water, and how we doing on them gun rations?
I don't know where you're at, sir, but everybody else, we got at least enough food and water for 3-4 days, no problems whatsoever. Still got 6 shots in the main gun, and 200 and 400 in the side stuff. We should be all right.
All right, the rations I got, I can parcel out if we need to. I got about 5 days worth of food and a couple of days of water. You said we only got about 6 rounds for the main gun?
Mm-hmm. It's 3 and 3 or 4 and 2, something like that. I can look if you care.
If we're down to 6 rounds, it don't matter much what they are. How we doing on that M2 and the 240s?
Well, I get those two confused. One of them's 400 and one of them's 200. Which one's the bigger bullets?
Anderson, you get me.
I don't do good with numbers.
No, it's fine. It's fine. The bigger ones are the M2. They're the Mod Deuce.
There are 200 of them.
We got 200 for the 50. All right. How are we looking for them 240s? That turret gun. What are we looking at?
400, I'd say.
All right. Private Peterson, you heard anything on the radio back yet?
No, sir.
All right. Specialist Butler, how are we doing on that fuel?
Sir, we got about half tank of fuel plus whatever we got in our the drum. So 950-ish on the.
All right. That ain't going to get us too far.
No,
We're
sir.
going to have to start sourcing.
One thing you said you were going to check the outside of the tank. She's pulling a little bit to the right, just real quick. Check the back rear track real quick when you get out there, please. See if there's anything that needs to be fixed.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it. All right.
Roger that.
I'll see if there's any damage out there. So, Lieutenant Kim's going around. He's kind of like kicking the tread. Private Peterson, you got something?
Sir, I don't, but why would they have tried to radio me, bruh? You know what I mean, sir? Like, why are they trying to raise a private on the radio?
Yeah, it don't make no sense to me. And that Corporal Clark should have known better to use call signs instead. Damn rank and name. He ought to know better.
Yeah, I kind of assumed that that's for the layperson, by the way, that you guys were doing something else. You know what I mean?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying that, like, it would have been, you know, call signs and shit, not name and fucking rank.
Oh, no. I kind of did it on purpose because at that point, Clark had given up.
Oh, okay. All right, well, whatever.
Like, that's a very distinctive point. He's like, no, fuck it. We're looking for Peterson. Fuck this shit. Let's get out of here.
That's fine. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know why he wasn't using call signs. Something wrong with him. Must be something aside. I don't know why they'd be looking for you unless some word came down about, I don't know what word would be intact. Hey, Specialist Butler. What?
Sir?
I can't find anything wrong out here. You want to come down here and take a look? See if, bring your toolkit too. I think one of these treads might be a little out of whack.
Roger that, sir. We'll be right out. Like I said, she's pulling to the right a little bit. What do you got?
It just looks like this one tread's not, it's not linking up right. I don't know. You're a better mechanic than me. I ain't know nothing about this.
Obviously, sir. All right, I'll get on it. Might take it apart a little bit, just correct it.
Yeah, you do. You can, and we'll keep our heads on a swivel.
Yep, we got spare treads if we need.
Yep. You throw them on. You need anything else, you let me know. Peterson, you stay on that radio. Sergeant Anderson, see if you can get up on that turret and make sure you cover our 6.
That means make sure nobody's sneaking up, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's evening now, so just so you guys know, that's what shifts we're in.
All right, y'all don't forget to eat chow. Chow's continuous.
All right, so you kind of look around, and Butler is fixing up the tank. You know, just kind of doing what he can to free up the treads. Who's on watch again?
I believe Anderson is up.
LT's up with him.
Okay.
So, like, LT's kind of walking around, keeping his eyes open, and he's got the binos.
All right, well, who has the better recon, I guess, is the question.
What do you got, Anderson?
D&D.
Oh,
I'm sorry, C&D.
Okay. LT's got a B and a D for recon, and he's got binos.
Okay.
Can I get a +1?
Yeah, you get a +1 at right now.
Yeah.
Butler's got an A, but no recon.
Binos are +2 if you're just looking without combat.
Yeah, there you go.
Is it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. That's fucking awesome. All right, that bumps us to an A and a B. 2 successes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so you guys are working on the tank. Somebody on the radio, or
Peterson's on the radio.
Peterson's on the radio? All right. Peterson, roll me a D10.
8, bro.
All of a sudden, Peterson, you start getting a signal coming through on the radio. It sounds like music. You're pretty sure it's Led Zeppelin coming through, like Immigrant Song. Dun, 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 dun. But it's just kind of like barely making it through the static, right? Like dun, 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 dun. As it goes along and it gets to the end of the song and you hear a voice, he's talking about like local news, maybe, and like weather. This is Radio Free Krakow. Then it goes on to another song. But it definitely sounded like a fucking radio station coming over your military radio.
LT, sir, bruh, I feel like I'm picking up, not real good with this, but it sounds like radio, like a radio station from like the States. You know what I mean, sir?
Well, that PRC, it's running on UHF channels. It could be coming through. Sometimes we'll pick up TV stations, you know.
Well,
Can't imagine any of them be running.
I mean, it kind of sounded like Zeppelin to me, but I'm not for certain. And then somebody said something about Crack House.
Crack House?
It said Radio Crack House. I don't know, bruh.
Son, do you mean Krakow?
Yes, sir. I don't know.
Pierce. Good Lord. All right. Now, see if you can dial back in. So LT goes up and he goes down into the turret. And he puts on his headset and he's all right. Dial it in.
Give it my best shot, sir.
I'll be damned. That's smoke on the water.
I'm pretty sure I can get away with doing that. We could still play it.
Fire in the
I mean-
sky.
Yeah, no, LT's getting down on some smoke on the water. That's his jam.
See, I told you, sir, man.
But yeah, so you hear it. Like, when you start messing with it, it's yeah. And it cuts away, and it's, you hear a man's voice talking on the radio.
Welcome to Radio Free Krakow.
See, crack house.
Your
Told
voice
you.
of reason and your voice of information.
Son, he ain't saying crack house. Hold on.
This goes out to the ghost sitting on top of a chair over in the corner with the number 3 on it. And if you see the color yellow, then you should turn left. Say again, turn left. Also, Susie, if you're out there, please go home. It's okay, misses you. And anyway, that's all I got. We're gonna play a whole set of Queen coming up next. So I hope you're ready for We Are the Champions, and we will rock you on repeat for the next 12 hours. Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Well, see, the right order should be We Will Rock You, and then We Are the Champions, because that, I mean, he obviously don't know what he's talking about. He did the one, he did them backwards. Oh, well, now he's playing it right. He just said it wrong. All right.
All right, so yeah. That's what you guys got?
Radio Free Krakow. And what the hell is he saying about that chair and the ghost and the color yellow and all that shit?
That's why I assumed crack house, sir.
It's crack. Son, come over here. Look at this map. All right. Now, we're here, right? All the way down yonder. That's Krakow. All right. You see it down there?
All right.
Yeah, it ain't crack house. It's Krakow. And we're an
All
awful
right,
long
well,
way
they
from there.
didn't put me through foreign language training, sir.
Well, son, you got ears.
And it sounded like crack house, sir. I'm sorry.
No, you did good. You did good, Peterson. All right. You keep your head on that radio, and Anderson will come and relieve you in a minute.
All right, so you climb back out of the turret.
Yeah, it climbs back out. He goes, Butler, how we coming on them tracks, huh?
As you're climbing out of the turret, you kind of look out, and you can see like a flame off in the distance.
North, south, east, west.
West.
Okay.
Because the sun's starting to come down, it's starting to get kind of dark, but you can just see like it looks like a house fire, maybe.
Anderson, you see anything about going on? You see anything coming out of that house fire over there?
House? I didn't even see a house.
Off there in the distance. It's out there.
Oh, okay. No.
All right, you keep your eyes peeled that way, and I'm going to go down and help Butler put these tracks on, make sure that we can go at a moment's notice. Butler, how you coming along down there?
I don't need your help, sir. It's taken care of. One of the tracks is coming loose. Just tightened it up a little bit. We're good to go. She's good.
All right, good. Good man. All right, Butler, you rack down, get you some rest, and let that driver sleep some.
Well, roger that, sir.
All right, LT's going to go down into the turret. And Anderson, you stay up there, keep your eyes peeled. Peterson, you get some sleep, and I'll take over radio watch for you.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you guys aren't doing anything else. You guys are just keeping watch, watching the radio. Keeps playing Queen all night long. It plays We Will Rock You, and then We Are the Champions, and then We Will Rock You, We Are the Champions, We Will Rock You, which really makes the order that he said accurate.
Because it eventually comes back around. Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So either way.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, we go into nighttime. And, what are you guys doing?
We're going to rotate. Between Butler and Peterson, who has the best recon?
Peterson has just a straight D.
Oh, God.
Butler's got an A intelligence, but nothing in recon.
Butler, you go ahead and take watch on that 240 up top. And Peterson, you take over radio watch. LT's going around. He's waking you up. He's like, all right, I need you to stand watch and relieve Anderson. So that way he can rack out.
Roger that. I'll get up on the gun.
All right. Good man. All right. Pearson, you take over the radio. I'm going to crash for a little bit.
Butler, roll a recon roll.
Recon.
Recon.
Success.
Nice.
All right.
By the way, my shtick for Butler is just that he talks fast. Or rather, y'all talk slow, he talks normal.
All right, so as the night goes on, you can still hear Peterson on the radio, and it's still playing We Will Rock You. And then, we're the champions, we will rock you. We're the champions. And in the distance, you hear a train going by. Like real far off in the distance.
Any idea what direction?
South.
Okay.
South-ish. But it's way off. Way off in the distance. Then you see 3 people come walking up towards the tank. One of them appears to be a civilian. Actually, 2 of them appear to be civilian, and one of them is in an American uniform. And all 3 have their hands up. And the American's like, hey, don't shoot.
I swing the gun over to them in the turret.
He's got his hands up. He's like, and he's in an American uniform, right? I'm Specialist Stevens. Who are you guys with? Where are you guys from? I've been wandering around for a while now.
What unit are you with, Stevens?
Huh?
What unit are you with?
I haven't been with them in a while. It's 5th Infantry. I fucking haven't seen them in forever, though.
Where you been?
I mean, I was in Parjou before I got here. That was a while ago. But me and this gentleman here helped me get out of there. So his name's Yuri. He helped me get out of Parjou. I was being held by some of the Russians there. I'm just glad to see a fucking friendly face, guys.
Wouldn't exactly say friendly yet. All right, I'm Butler. Now that we're all acquainted. Did you desert your unit? How did you get out of there?
What do you mean? How'd I get? I mean, I was in my unit. I haven't seen my unit in fucking months, man. I've been held up in Parjou by these Russians. That's what I was talking about. And this man Yuri here, he's defected, and then the other guy over there, his name is Polish name generator. Pew. Nope, not Adolf. Not that one. Nope.
Different war.
Nope. Patrick. There we go. Yuri and Patrick here. Patrick is Polish, and Yuri speaks up. I am Russian, but national lines do not necessarily mean anything anymore. So I've helped Stevens here. Parjou's not a nice place to be.
All right, Stevens, you stay there with Sputnik, and you guys stay right there. Hold on. Hey, LT, we got some people out here.
Yep. What is it? What do we got?
I don't know, I got this American here, Stevens, and Yuri, some Russian, and some Polish guy, Patrick, or whatever. I don't know. These guys just came up on the tank. I didn't open up on him because he looks like a friendly, but, we can't really trust anybody right now.
Yuri, huh?
Yes, Yuri Igorov.
Igorov? That sounds like a Rusky name.
Oh, it is Russian name. Actually, it's Georgian.
Oh, Georgian. Well, Jim, are they armed?
No.
No?
Nope.
Lieutenant Kim reaches down and grabs his sidearm. And he goes, well, you ain't from the Georgia I know. And Steven's here. You traveling with this pinko bastard?
Yeah, he actually helped me and Patrick here get out of Parchu.
See, you can't... That's the thing about commies, though. You just can't trust them. So I don't know what his angle is, but he's using you.
Well, I mean, as of right now, he's kept me alive and got me the fuck out of there. So, I mean, his angle seems to be working well for me. Or at least it has so far.
Well, I tell you what. You keep putting your faith in him and that Marxist bullshit, and y'all keep walking.
Why you think everyone is hardliner in home country?
Oh, I understand that there's different levels of patriotism, but here's the thing, sir. I do not know you, and I do not care to.
That is fair. But I seek nothing from you other than to return your comrade here to allies, is all. Other than that, I will go. If you wish, I am fine with that. The only other thing I would offer is a suggestion.
Speak now.
I would recommend, I can tell from your tank that you are part of 2nd Armored Division, correct?
Yep.
I would strongly recommend not going to Parshu. And maybe telling other comrades of yours to perhaps also not go to Parshu.
Now, what possible reason would you have for us not going to Parshu other than the fact that you're defending your buddies over there? And you're playing some mind game with this poor Stevens.
Sir, we walked through a field of tanks. Walked right past them. They've been blown to shit. There's a relatively large force bedded down in Parshu right now.
Stevens, son, come here. Come closer.
Yes, sir.
Show me your ID.
Wait, Stevens, you're saying a bunch of their 2nd Armored tanks that got shot shit?
Yeah.
Butler, he makes a funny move. You light him up. You got your ID there, Stevens?
I mean, I was being kept prisoner, so I don't. They didn't exactly let me keep my stuff, but I'm from Illinois. Grew up in North Chicago. Up by Gurney Mills. If any of you guys have heard about that.
You a Cubs fan or White Sox fan?
Cubs fan, man. That's Southside that roots for the White Sox.
Sir, that's a legit answer to me.
Yeah, they could get that from a book.
Nah.
Stevens, I ain't know you. Yuri, I don't trust you. And you third guy.
Patrick, my name is Patrick.
Patrick the Pole. Yeah, I see you there.
I showed them way out of Parshu.
You know, there's some Polish collaborators that heard tell working with the Russians. And
if you knew history of Parshu, you'd know that we also have very strong history of resistance.
Is that so?
That is so.
That don't mean you from there. Now, gentlemen, I've heard what you had to say. Now, I suggest y'all get a move along.
Sir, wouldn't it be worth getting a little bit of intel from them? See what's going on in Parshu? Weren't we,
Specialist Butler, they're going to feed us whatever the hell they want to tell us. You can't trust these commie bastards.
I'm just saying, last thing we heard over the radio is that we were supposed to be heading towards Parshu, so any information would be useful.
It doesn't mean the information they're going to give us is any good.
Roger that, sir.
And they're already telling us not to go, which could be accurate, or could be that our boys are busting through, kicking ass, and they don't want us to reinforce them.
Steven seems legit to me, sir.
I mean, you can believe what you will. Have a good day, gentlemen. It is unfortunate that you will not be taking your friend with you. Stevens is like, Sir, come on. Sir, I don't understand. What am I supposed to do, sir?
Stevens,
It's not my fault I don't have an ID.
you traveling with these men, you with them.
By necessity, sir. I didn't make this choice.
You made a choice when you joined up with them. Now get going, son.
There was no joining. It was leaving. At this, Patrick is grabbing Stevens. He's like, we'll take care of you. We'll take care of you. He's like, no. Sir, I just want to go home. I just want to go home. Keeps yelling that as he gets drug off.
Guess he doesn't get that nobody's going home. Huh, sir?
Butler, I'm going to get you home if it's the last thing I do. You hear me? That's a promise.
Sir, we'll do the best we can. I just don't know if anybody's getting out of here. I think we're kind of stuck.
You just keep moving forward. You keep doing what you're doing. I'll get us home.
Roger that, sir.
That's a promise. Now you keep an eye out. Make sure they don't turn back. They come back. You light them up.
Sir, they're unarmed. I don't want to waste ammo. I'll keep an eye on them.
3 men can overrun a gun position. They'll club you to death with their own damn boots. You can't trust them commies.
Sir, we're in a tank. We'll run them over.
Well, hell, you're on 240. Gas is more valuable than the 6 rounds from that 240. All right. You got this?
Roger that, sir. What?
All right, I'm going back to sleep now.
Anderson never woke up, even with the yelling.
That makes sense. Motherfucker's dead tired.
So Lieutenant Kim is an empathy of an A and a racism of an A.
No, Lieutenant Kim, he's got to be empathy. But see, here's the deal.
And an A in racism.
Well, now listen up, son. I'm going to tell you the story. My granddaddy, he was in North Korea, and him and my grandma, they escaped with their lives. And those North Koreans, their brothers, sisters, cousins, uncles, whole extended family's gone. So my grandma and my grandpa came to the United States with nothing. No family, nothing. And I promise you, I will do everything in my power. I will not tolerate commies. My first priority to y'all is getting y'all home, keeping you safe. Second, killing them pinko bastards. The only reason that Igor, Yuri, whatever the fuck, the only reason he's still alive is because I don't have the heart to shoot an unarmed man.
I just called him Sputnik. Sounds easier.
Ivan works, I guess.
I don't know exactly how we're supposed to get out of here. Half tank gas. We need to link up with 2nd Armored.
Yeah, we gotta find fuel somewhere, but they might also be telling the truth.
Hey, who's on the radio again?
Peterson.
All right, Peterson. You start getting signal coming through. Unless you're just listening to the rock station the whole time. But either way, it breaks through the rock station. And it's like
555 Delta 5 Delta 335 Delta 1695 Delta Charlie.
And you can tell that it's code coming through.
Would I have anything to start trying to jot it down with?
Is there a squawk box on the tanks, or do they just use headsets?
Sure. Whichever one's most convenient for the story.
I
right
think
now.
they use headsets, don't they?
Sure.
I believe
Why
so.
not?
All right.
5-5 Delta 9-7 Zebra Echo Lima 592776635.
Lieutenant, sir, you're going to want to hear this. There's something coming through.
LT puts on his headset. So get.
Same thing. It's coming through.
Okay.
It's repeating over and over again.
LT pulls out a pencil and he's writing. He's a nub of a pencil. It's like 2 inches of pencil left, and
That's a lot of
he's
pencil.
scratching it down on a field notebook. 2 inches of pencil?
It might as well be in.
I didn't say the pencil was 2 inches away.
You can tell. Actually, you know what? Roll. What kind of skill do you think you have that might help in this kind of situation, Jeremy?
For
Intelligence
codes
type stuff. Yeah.
for intelligence stuff.
Like intel, like you're in intelligence. Not you are in intelligence. I'm saying an intelligence-based skill. So, not recon, not survival. Tech. Do you have tech?
I don't have tech, but here's the thing. I have the tactician specialty, which allows me to roll command when you spot an enemy force. If you succeed, the referee must tell you something useful about the current organization and objectives.
I mean, that's not what this is, but sure.
I can roll
I was
command?
I was thinking
Or no?
command. If anybody's going to know code, wouldn't it be probably a commander?
No, command is different. I mean,
It would be
yeah.
be like a tech or
Yeah. Yeah, just roll it as if it's tech. I'm going to go with that. That makes the most sense.
Okay. I'm gonna push it.
Okay.
1 success. Woo!
And I've got an A intelligence, B tech.
So you start looking at it and you're like, it kind of looks familiar, and you start flipping back through previous code. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a while since you guys have been able to like have encrypted, communications of any kind. And it's weird that they would then be going over these,
Unencrypted.
yeah, right? Because it's coming through like basically on FM radio. You know what I mean? Like, it was breaking through on the Radio Free Krakow shit.
Right.
So that was kind of weird. But then it's also like it's coming through with some other kind of code, and you start looking at it and it looks familiar. Like, you're like, wait, I think this was like last year's, right? Like from like a year ago. This was like, and you start flipping back through like your book, and it says it's from General Torgerson, who is like the fucking general, right? Like the same one that you guys had got the word from for, you'd heard it go through about like for 5th Infantry, you're on your own. That
Right.
same
Right.
general, right? And that they were all pulling back. And it's basically word saying, to start pulling back and to head for Bremerhaven. That they're going to be setting up a ship. Go back. Like, that's like basically that's your interpretation of it. It's like one word type things. It's like Torgerson, it would be like, what would be his call sign? Bremerhaven, and that's a port. Ship.
Right.
Yeah. And home. And that's like on repeat.
Lieutenant Kim busts out the map and he starts plotting a course basically from their current location to Bremerhaven.
1,000 some, whatever it was, kilometers.
Yep.
That's it. That's what you got.
Peterson, you hear anything else come over that radio? I'm going to close my eyes and try to finish out this shift. Get a little more sleep. You hear anything else come over that sounds anything at all, you don't hesitate to wake me up.
Absolutely, sir. I mean, was that anything, man? Like, sir, I mean, he was just barking a bunch of numbers and letters.
It's all right, Peterson. I got some thinking to do. We'll go over next steps in the morning. I'll have an action plan by then. And yeah, Lieutenant Kim slouches down in his chair and he covers his eyes with his cover, and he's not sleeping. He's just mulling it over.
So we cut away from this. We see a group of refugees walking through a field. It's early morning. We see a man in a Ramones t-shirt. We see it's Jacob with Melina and a few other holes kind of making their way headed west, it seems like. Jacob looks around, looks back over to the east where the sun's coming up, and then kind of sighs, turns, and continues to walk. We cut to a room. It's a concrete room. And there's a plate full of food on it. And we see Jacob eating. Looks like he's having some chicken, potatoes, some sorted, like, vegetables. Takes a drink of water. And we hear another man's voice. So, Mr. Jacob, how was your meal?
Oh, dude, like, this is fucking... Dude, this is great. Do you feed all the prisoners like this, man? Because, like,
of course,
dude, I'll stay, man.
Of course, I do not... My goal is not to treat people poorly. It is just we are people stuck in middle of larger conflict, you know?
Like, dude, I do know. Here, look, man, like, here's the thing. I got a joke for you, man. Like, what's the difference between a capitalist and a communist?
Oh, I love jokes. I love jokes like this.
So here's the thing. Like, one, right, they'll conscript you, make you go fight in this war that you don't give a shit about, right?
Right.
And then take all your money, you know, from your paycheck. And then the other, wait. No, how is a capitalist and a communist the same? that's right.
Like this joke. I like this joke. You're funny, Jacob. Very funny. Very funny.
I know, man. See, people you get it, man. Like, I'm an acquired taste, you know. Like, not everybody's like warms up to old Jacob, bro. But like, you're good people, man.
No, I understand, Jacob. I understand. Because some people get caught up in this conflict. You know, there are draftees on both sides, or, you know, civilians that just get sucked up into conflict and have no business being there.
Yeah, man.
And those are people I would like to send off on their way so that they would not be, you know, involved in conflict anymore.
Like, dude, I get it. I'm right there with you, man. Like, give me a ticket. I'm out, you know?
Well, I mean, here is the problem. I cannot send you. Only because you are actual soldier. You know, there will be trade of prisoners later on. This is the way the bosses work. But when it's civilians, I can, you know, something can be done.
Like, dude, I could be a civilian, like, any time now.
No, I know. You could be.
Like, dude, oh, you're sending, like, civilians home? Dude, I saw this guy, like, he's down, like, he's the next cell over, man. Like, I saw him, like, I was at this command post, right? And I was doing, like, the supply and stuff, and I was, like, bringing, man, it was like, Well, actually, I was on like KP duty because I kind of got in trouble. So I'm bringing this stuff, right? And then the dude comes out and like he's wearing civvies. And I was like, dude, I want to be wearing civvies. I don't want to be wearing this green shit. You know, like I had awesome t-shirts back home, man. But like this dude, you know, he's walking around in civvies like, you know, he's civilian. Like, dude, you should send him home. He's like right next.
Which one are you talking about?
Like
the one from Boston, or?
No, not the dude from Boston. Like the other dude, man.
Thank you very much. I will look into this. I will talk to superiors and see what we can do.
Yeah, dude, you should get him home. Like he doesn't need to be here either. Like, dude, like, what if I lost my paperwork? Could you send me with him?
Tell you what, Jacob, I will write that down and see what I can do. Because, you know, governments are wasteful and bureaucratic messes.
Yeah, man, like, fucking paperwork on paperwork and bean counters, man. Like, fuck those guys, you know?
Exactly. Thank you very much. Jacob, enjoy your meal. You are a fine gentleman.
Dude.
Oh, and as your people say, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, man, like, Merry Christmas, man.
Thank you very much, Jacob. And he walks out of the room. You guys didn't pick group gear
I
already?
picked one pair of binoculars, and then that was it.
Yeah, then you interrupted with your brilliancy of how to do empathy.
Well.
You asked him for it. You asked and said he should post it on social.
No, I loved it. I'm not even being sarcastic.
It sounds like it.
That's just my voice. That's how I talk.
I just sound sarcastic all the time.
I love that it's somebody else.
All right, group gear.
It was a very Chris delivery, but it's...
Oh, man. I mean, maybe it sounded facetious at best, but...
And then you interrupted.
With your brilliant group dynamic idea.
Broke your arm, Pat.
The problem is you guys are just too jaded. You can't even handle compliments most of the time.
That is true. That is 100% true. I will admit
that is 100% true. Yeah. But this is recorded on like multiple formats, so we can go back and listen to the tape, and you can evaluate.
I know what's going at the end of this episode. It's going to be Brian's little clip about
with your brilliancy.